Just dug up this really big papaya, put it in the 65-gallon pot. Still don't have my tractor back yet, so I can't finish the climate battery yet. Getting a light freeze tonight, a big freeze in a week. I bought some heaters I'm going to be putting in here, but hopefully everything's going to be okay. It's supposed to get down to 23. This is where most of my tropical stuff is, so I'm going to try to keep this area warm. But look at all that. We've been so warm the last 2 weeks. Just have a lot of stuff with all this fresh new growth on it. Jaboticaba, Eugenia calycina. All these star fruits flowering and fruiting and fresh new growth on them. Balembi's pushing out. This Yuba J. Look at these cuttings I did. The LSU purple fig. And they're all sprouting out. I would imagine there's good roots down there. There's everbearing mulberry. Some Lagos spinach. LSU gold fig. A bunch of big bananas. Finger lime. And then a bunch of new growth on these guavas. This is a Taiwanese white guava. Look at the fruits on it. I haven't tried this one. I know that Ruby Supreme guava was the greatest food I've ever eaten in my entire life. And we got some lychees here. Look how pretty those are. All this fresh new growth. Kenoff hibiscus, that's my favorite edible leaf one. The miracle fruits are growing pretty good too. Look, check out this star fruit cluster right here. Wow, look at all those. Bunch of new growth on these avocados. And this one is the June plum. Bunch of fruits on it. Look at this avocado pushing out all this new growth. Check out this Buddha's hand. You have to Google it and look at the picture. It's like an octopus citrus fruit. Really cool. And I just moved a few more things I had outside in here. Try to keep them growing in the winter time so they don't go dormant. Got quite a few loquats. Most of these are seedlings. What I want to do is graft them. And here's my red loquat and Vista white loquat. So I want to take some cuttings from these two. And I've got a few gold nugget loquats outside in the ground. Get some cuttings from those and graft onto these seedlings. Seedlings have grown quite fast. They're like a year old, about 4 foot tall, maybe a year and a few months. But they've been pushing out new growth. Really, this warm spell in December helped out a lot. We're in Louisiana, zone 9A, B, we're right on the border. But we mostly warm, and then we get little cold fronts that don't last very long. And it does get cold here. Check out these variegated prickly pears. I didn't want these to go dormant. I want these to grow a little more so I can make some more. Really cool, the variegated kind. And it's a different variety right here. And then that one's a different variety as well. I mostly put all my figs in the ground out by my mailbox there, but look here, I got an LSU tiger fig, a Shia fig, brown turkey, Texas everbearing, Celeste fig. We got a few more over here. Let's see what we got over here. A bunch of stuff. Got quite a few varieties of mulberries. World's Best. See, I just had another one in here. Say mulberry. I need to get some cuttings off of this one. This is the only one I have of that. There's World's Best, 6th Street, Thai Dwarf. And look at all the fruits, the mulberries coming on here. These are getting so long they need to be trimmed over. Make some more cuttings, make some more. Look at these. I just did these Thai dwarf not that long ago from cutting, and look at, that's over a foot of new growth right there. Even got fruits at the bottom. Here's another one, fruits all over it, a foot of growth. These things just grow like crazy. Some dragon fruit. And I've seen, ever since I repotted a lot of these passion fruit's taking off like crazy. Saw some flowers on one. Look at that. It's just growing like crazy. Got a bunch more cuttings I was doing over here. See how those do. Look at the prickly pear cuttings with new growth. So if it's putting out new growth like that, you know it's taken, it's got roots. Even got a variegated one in there that looks like it's starting to push one out. These, it's all rooted. All this needs to be repotted. Everything just takes so long. These everbearing mulberries, look, that one's got fruits on it, fruits. I need help. I don't have enough time. I've taken on a little bit too much. Got all these pineapple guavas. Something I'm really excited about. I got 3 mature pineapple guavas and had 2 fruits this year. I say they were really good. They taste like pineapple mixed with guava. It really does. It wasn't as good as the Ruby Supreme, but these can take down to 15, even possibly lower. So if you're in a cold climate, that's the way to go. That Ruby Supreme if you're tropical or if you got a greenhouse. All the moringa we got. You give some of this to the tortoises. And this was another one I pulled out the ground. And I find it's just, we don't have a long enough season. They can survive outside, but the fruits just really didn't mature enough. So I think the only way really to do that papaya here is if you had it started really well in the winter time. If you started it from seed, like in the fall or winter, or you bring the plants in a pot. But when it starts, actually, if it freezes and then it doesn't really start pushing out till April, May, then it's not enough time really to fruit in zone 9, in my opinion. I mean, it could be done. You saw some other videos. We had some really big fruits on that bigger one I showed at the beginning, but they just didn't ripen enough. And that first freeze we had wasn't very strong. I maybe should have left it on. So we had these couple weeks in the 80s. Maybe that would have been enough. But I think if I would have had really an earlier start, it would have been okay. Oh well. You see here, see some more bananas, and then this is a papaya I had in a pot the whole time. We've got 2 ripe fruits off of it. We already picked and ate. They're not growing as big as the other ones. I've been using organic fertilizer. Just doesn't seem to have the oomph like, you know, that synthetic has. And potted, it's more difficult. But it's pushing out more. And these fruits are maturing. And the tree's still growing up and a bunch more little fruits on it.